This is a deck that I never believed in until it beat me every single time I fought it. Sometimes when playing Hearthstone, you just want a simple deck that just goes face and has very quick games, and well, I'm happy to showcase that Totem Shaman is the perfect deck for anyone that wants extremely fast Hearthstone games. And well, like I said in the intro, I didn't believe in this deck until I lost to it almost every single time that I went up against it. And I think that's because I'm still experimenting and having fun with this meta instead of playing only meta-relevant decks. But like, at the same time, even against the meta-relevant decks, this has a surprising amount of power because there is nothing that can stop Anchored Totem from absolutely high-rolling the game if you've had Tour Guide and Charving Chisel already in your mulligan. The perfect setup with this deck is to play this card on turn 2, and then on turn 3, you can play your Anchored Totem into Tour Guide into 2 essential free hero powers because you get a free hero power from the actual hero power costing 0 plus your Charving Chisel. That has 3 minions that get +2/+1 and make them into legitimate threats, and then suddenly if you throw out the Stone Right, it is just absolutely game over. And this is probably the reason why this deck does not play Bloodlust, is because you don't really want to run a 5-mana card that's all too expensive and requires you to already be ahead on the board, versus having this card where, yes, it is really good if you already have a board in action, but what's even more important is that your totems in the future are also going to be good. So this is the reason why we run this instead of like having like a Bloodlust in the deck. But other than that, this deck is extremely straightforward. There's not a lot of agency that this deck has in order to randomly find outs. However, you do have Amalgam in order to find some random resources. Like, say you don't really want a Murloc and you don't really want a Totem, but you want to, you know, shoot for a random tribe minion, and maybe you find a mech with Magnetize off of your mistake. Like, there's actually a few ways that you can use your Amalgam to maybe find like a clutch win condition, but it's very, very specific depending on obviously the minions that you have. But what's most important in this deck is the fact that Jive Insect makes its way into this deck as a legitimate win condition, because sometimes you just need that random rag face just to go ahead and, you know, win the game for you. And worst case scenario, when your board gets cleared and you need that last chunk of damage, at least you have a chance to win the game automatically, and running Ragnaros himself is just definitely going to be way too expensive. But something else that I should point out about this deck is that this is the very first time in Hearthstone's history where Grand Totem eys'or doesn't feel like an eys'or to play. Coining this out on turn 1 or on turn 2 is extremely powerful because there's not a lot of board-based decks that can deal with this depending on how they played their early game. So if you get a +2/+2 buff out of this card, it feels extremely powerful. There are not going to be a lot of situations to where this card is going to survive more than past 1 buff. So try to like hide it behind like Taunt Totems if you have something like that. If you can hide it behind like a Party Favored Totem, or hide it behind an Anchored Totem, so that way there's more than one important minion your opponent has to clear in order to make this get as much value as physically possible. Something else that I should point out is that there's also a Murloc package in this deck, and it makes sense when you look at the Amalgams, because the Amalgams are totems as well. But Gorlock, Ravager, and Clownfish make their way into this deck, not just so you can draw the Amalgams very quickly, but also so you can draw your Rockgill and buff up your board, because even though, again, you don't play Bloodlust, this is another way that you can essentially buff up your board very cheaply if you have a discounted Rockgill costing 3 mana, plus, you know, a few Piranha Swarmers in your hand in order to buff up your board +1, +2, or even +3/+3. So this deck has a few different ways of being able to clutch out some very fast wins, and this is just the fastest deck in the meta right now. But I have to say that if you're trying to climb the Legend with this deck, you will climb to Diamond very, very effectively. You will climb the Diamond very, very quickly. However, hitting Legend is going to be somewhat of a problem with this deck, because the best decks in the game, like Death Knight for example, absolutely take a dump on this deck. There's just really no soft way to put it, because Blood Decays heal out of range, and Frost Decays keep freezing you over and over and over again. So you are very dependent on hitting the absolute nuts in order to beat those matchups. But I wanted to showcase Totem Shaman just because this is the fastest deck in order to climb with right now. So if you're not someone who can really play 20-minute control games with like Blood Decay and Control Priest, then this is definitely the deck for you. So if you like this kind of content, feel free to like this video and subscribe to the YouTube channel to be notified about any of our future updates. Thank you so much for making it to the end of this deck intro, and we'll see you for the next video. Here we go, here we go. You know, this feels like a regular game of Hearthstone, Shaman versus Hunter. I feel like this isn't a very common matchup you see nowadays. Okay, hold on, hold on. Like, he plays 1/3, I play 1/3, I play this card after Chisel. Is Totem Shaman the sauce? This is that last game was literally my very first game of the deck. My short answer is no, because in Legend, it becomes bad. on the way to legend, it's good. Because this will destroy any unoptimized newbie person who doesn't know what kind of deck they're playing. Like, it's a really good newbie destroyer. So you will gain ranks quickly at the beginning, but this is a deck where it's like, you plateau very, very quickly in terms of, like, your potential. Knife Juggler being a 2-2 just seems wrong. Wait a minute, dude. Wait, whoa, 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 whoa. This is like the game. Wait a minute, this is the game. Every single time we attack, we get a totem. So I attack, play this. This is now 2 mana. I could coin it out, and then we have this on 4. Here we go. Can we get deck tracker for this? Wait, deck tracker for what? Deck tracker for what? Neither of you should exist in tools in the first place. Okay, so I attack. Do I just regular totem instead? Hold on a minute. Just build up the army? Because he's not doing anything? Wait. No, I see the way. I see the way. So we do it this way because next turn we can attack, play this into this. Oh my god, here we go. Now this is what makes people think that Totem Shaman is the nuts.
I got 2 shots just for you.
Okay, that's nothing. I get to do the exact play I wanted to do, and it's just the Nutter Butters. So we do this first. I like the idea of the taunt keeping what it has. We can do this here. You know, technically something I could have considered. I could have attacked here just to get rid of the minion, and then this could have still gone face for 4. That was debatably a better play. Yo, Jiminator coming in with the raid. What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome, welcome, welcome. We're playing Totem Shaman, and we actually just did the cool thing. We did the thing. How you win with this deck, for example. I got destroyed against Blood DK, but I mean, aside from that, hopefully we're gonna destroy this guy. Oh, it triggers it twice. Sure. Yeah, we got the Symphony of Destruction. Go off. Oh, like, go forth and I guess destroy. I was trying to think of a different word, but I'll go. Obliterate, there we go. Go forth and obliterate. There we go. Okay, so now my totems are just buh. Buh. They're big boys. Oh my god, my totems are just, they've grown up. These little totems just got so big, man. Look at them. They used to be 0-2s, and now they're 3-3 terrifying minions. Oh my god, dude. Yeah, when this deck rolls, it rolls, dude. I mean, the only option would have been to somehow cheat out an Elic. And this is not the deck that does that, apparently. Alright, there we go. First win with Shaman, looking good. Like, some of the synergies are there, but like, you have Gorlock Ravager, right? Isn't that pretty much your card draw option? Anything else just feels a little bit unnecessary. It's probably too slow. Your turn 3 is very necessary for you to start, you know, winning the game. And I'm wondering if you're supposed to keep Party Favor Totem. You know, hold on a second. There are tools that we can use to figure out how to play this deck. Chisel, Tour Guide, Stoneheart, wow, 90% caps rate. Jesus. People do not, wait, what? But to see people keep the Murloc? Why? Oh, I completely didn't see the 3-drop. Apparently it's kept 50% of the time, but it doesn't have impressive stats, so I'm just gonna go ahead and toss it. The power of data. Some would call it cheating. I would call it being resourceful. Okay, so here we go. Here we go. Ooh, no, not Demon Hunter. Wait, but can I make minions? Like, can I make massive minions before he can clear them? Both have the same uninteractive end goal. Your options to deal with Boar are the exact same as Groovy Cat. And you can do so much against the sword, as you can do against 50 attack going to the face. I mean, hey man, 50 attack is at least fun for one person, right? Like something you'd fight back at like Noxramas back in the day. Oh man, bring me back. Fine, I guess I'll keep you. In fact, with eys'or, this will work just fine. Wait a minute, the totems of this summon don't get the buff, right? Aww. I'd have to play this first and then play eys'or, which I really don't want to do. Alright, whatever. make party first? Yeah, I mean, yeah, I mean, is it better to try and keep this alive as a 1/4? Or do you risk it for the biscuit is the question. I guess we're gonna risk it for the biscuit. Say I've lost my way. At the same time, isn't it just better to play this? How does he deal with it? Especially if I hide it behind a potential taunt. It's just eys'or 100%, dude. It's just eys'or 100%. Like, it gives me the immediate buff, and if he does not kill this, it'll stack. And now it's a 1/4. Now it's terrifying. Now it's an actual threat because it can deal damage. He's gonna think twice about hero powering that. And now suddenly this is a good reload option instead of just like go unga bunga. 1/4, the forbidden stats. Of course he's got dispose evidence, but at least he has to throw away something. It shows that option very quickly though. Man, imagine if Demon Hunter had Blade Dance, dude. Might actually be turbo disgusting. Yeah, we'll do it this way. Boom! Nice turn 4, right? Now I suddenly understand why people keep the stone right. It literally enables these ridiculous turn 4, turn 5 victories. It's pretty much all or nothing, right? Like, you either win with the gigantic stats before they get the healing, or, you know, you just don't hit the draw. It's all or nothing at this point. Wait a minute, I could probably guarantee this with the giant. Oh my god, give me rag. Please. Please, end your turn, give me rag. Ah, damn it. Okay, fine. It's probably still too soon for him to do anything massive, but this is not really the reload I need right now. So I'll just go ahead and just summon more totems, because why not? We'll see which ones I get. Probably just make this here in order to make it harder for him to trade. I do get a taunt, so that's a reason for this to go here. Do I go so far to deny damage? I don't think so, because we're one turn before the Unleash Fell lifesteal, and we don't win on turn 6 if that happens. I guess, you know, there's one thing to consider. Was playing this first the correct move in order to bait out removal? So that way the eys'or could stack up more? That is one argument that I could see. But it looks like we're probably still going to win this either way. Bell Barrage, or the 4-mana card, or the damn it, Unleash Fell. I said it earlier. Oh wait, this kills my damage. So this is at 2, this is at 1.
I honor their sacrifice.
Find schooling, so I don't have lethal. Oh god, dude. Now I have to worry about lifesteal. Summoning. Oh my god, this is a bad. Oh my god, I hate this. I hate this. I hate this. So this is for sure happening. The only question is, I mean, can I afford to play around it? Is the question. If he heals for a whole bunch, we're just screwed, right? This is the only reload that I can afford to hold off on the off shot that he doesn't do unga bunga damage. So this has to happen because we need every single bit of damage right now. We do get another taunt. If I make this trade here, he's already going to be healing for freaking 12 if he has the spell damage on top of this. I'm going to play one other Piranha because it'll buff it. So I technically misplayed then. I technically misplayed. So that way this could have been a 2-1. And actually, this surviving with plus weapon would have been exact lethal. So that could have been a throw, depending on where these clear. All right, hold on. Hold on. But Big Paladin itself is very dependent on exactly that high roll. If you don't get anything else, then he's kind of a bad card, unfortunately.
I must withdraw.
Woo! Oh, how did he not have it? Wait a minute. W's for Clark HELLSCREAM? Positive win rate for Clark HELLSCREAM? This is not normal. The 10-10 with Rush is great. But what isn't good is when you have, you know, Mr. Mukla going up against a bunch of small minions, because then the bananas are gonna be, you know, they're not really gonna be a downside. It kind of forces your opponent to play different, and like, yes, you get a mill, but I would argue that Mr. Mukla is not as good as people think. He's a 10 out of 10 in my heart, okay? But the data side of me says that I gotta give Mr. Mukla a not so good. Just like I would say that this deck isn't very good. Like, yeah, you can win with it, but oh. The one time I wanted to see Aggro Priest, dude. The one time I would have, you know, been completely fine with Aggro Priest. Oh.
Don't keep your thoughts to yourself.
Where's my Alakir card, dude? That'll give this deck exactly what we need. Protect the totems! They're our only source of power. Color me curious then, which legendary would you say has the most potential this expansion? Amalgam, actually. If things were, you know, slowed down the way that they were supposed to, or like, you know, board-based decks were important, then I would argue that Amalgam would be like the Nutter Butters card, right? Because he's like a great comeback card. The fact that he can get Rush, Wind Fury, and Lifesteal, that's insane. Utterly insane, if you will. Give me taunt. So play this on 4, play this on 5, potentially with these.
What's yours?
Ay, yoy, dude.
I am the harvester of wrath. Would you like to learn why?
Go ahead and just get this straight, just because. Makes the board sticky. It's not like he can't heal the extra damage that I deal. So this can draw Rock Gill, and that's very important. If I can stick this board, then we're cooking. I also have to worry about silence, though. You know, why doesn't... Okay, so Demon Hunter has a legendary that increases the attack of all your minions every single time a rush minion attacks. Why doesn't Shaman have something like that for totems? Call it Totemic Rage or something. I don't know how totems can be mad, but there you go, dude. Designer Clark at it again with a great Hearthstone card. I don't want to play this because it's a Murloc technically, so I'll go ahead and do this to get another minion on the field. I am free to play, and these legendaries, and these are my legendaries so far: Countess, Kangor, Dance, Mr. Mukla, Hope of Quick. Okay, that's the Hunter weapon, right? And the Druid legendary. Is that a decent amount to have? That's a decent amount. I mean, Countess is insane for Paladin. In the night, in the middle of the night. You know, at the same time, this is pretty much that card, right? Where, like, you attack and it buffs your board. Because I want to, like, okay, so I want these totems to stick, right? I want these totems to stick, and I want to be able to go, like, Rock Gill into Double Swarmer. And I can draw more Murlocs with this. So this is what we're going to do. Find another one, maybe? Find another Rock Gill? More Murlocs are better than no Murlocs. Okay, here we go. So he's going to clear up a little bit. We have Rock Gill into Double Piranha to buff up our board +2/+2, but he does just have the card. I'm just a poor boy. Oh man, my voice could not handle that. Jesus Christ, man. It's a good thing I don't have it's a good thing I don't sing for my band. Does it really matter? We can still do this though. Hold on a minute. Imagine going for another Amalgam or like a random card. Trying to find like a random dragon or something like Alex Straza. I damn near want to like try to hit this for like an Alex Straza. I'm gonna do it. Magnetic? That's not terrible. Finding a War Gear would have been pretty cool too. Yeah, I guess mechs and like dragons would have been the best, right? I didn't want to go for another Murloc because the odds of hitting this are pretty unlikely, right? Okay, do not clear board. This time tomorrow. Mama, ooh. Imagine like a dramatic reading of this song. Mama, ooh. Didn't mean to make you cry. If I wasn't back this time tomorrow. Wait a minute. This is lethal, right? He's gonna get 5s. So this goes here. 15, 18 plus 4. It's not lethal, but it's pretty damn close. Technically, technically this gives me more damage. I guess I should have played this first. But this gives me more stats on the board. Super close though, dude. I wonder if there was technically a lethal there. Like maybe if I would have played that first. Oh, come on! No! I'm a poor boy from a poor... Wait, Rag, if there's a time to... So you're telling me there's a chance? Beating Priest? Sure. What could you even find? You could find Thing from below, I guess. Maybe you could carving chisel into a taunt, but then you have to attack and take damage. That is not very good unless you found a random one drop with taunt. And I don't think you find paladin cards. Okay. Okay, that keeps him alive. But Rag, dude, you're within Rag range. You're within Rag range. Oh my god, come on, dude. No, Rag, please. Oh, this is gonna drive me crazy. Actually gonna drive me crazy. High roll, let's go. Come on. Like, I need to keep the death rattle on this in case he has an AoE. That's why I can't make this trade. Plus, we need to pump everything to the face. We're gonna pump it. It's like we're working out, dude. We can't give up until it's over. Yes. At the ending of this song, perfect timing. Nothing really matters to me. Come on, let's go. He didn't find this. Even a taunt totem. Yeah, he needed double taunt totem in order to save him.
It was your death.
Oh my god, how could we have, how we beat Control Priest? I don't know how. I really don't know how, but we did it. Good enough for me, dude. I guess Totem Shaman's alright.